I farm because I could not imagine not farming. It's so much a part of me and my family that I don't know what I would do if I couldn't farm. There's other things that I do. We're in the music business and we travel and we write music and I've been a house builder and a restorer and things like that. And I love to do those things, but I could give up doing either one of those things. At least if it was only a hobby, it would still be all right. But I can't imagine not being involved in the farm. We're up to 7 generations now that have lived here continuously since 1871. My great-great-grandfather was a German immigrant and came over and worked on a farm for somebody and then began to save his money up and then eventually was able to buy 80 acres here, and then he went on to buy some more land, later. And, we've been here in the same place, the same house, same barn still standing. And it's really important to us to continue that with the young ones. We want to make this, part of our family heritage for generations to come. Times were kind of hard back in the 80s after I got out of college. And so I did various other things. I built houses and things like that. And my dad also worked off the farm as well as farm too. And you just did whatever you could to get by. And I actually started farming full-time in 1996 when my dad was hurt real bad in an accident and was disabled. So I essentially took over the family farm rather than just helping him farm it at that point.
They had hard times on the farm. I just remember Grandpa and Dad and really making decisions that they felt like could make the farm go forward, and they saw a vision and a future for this place and for the family, and so I think also just a very healthy respect for our heritage, but not necessarily getting honoring and appreciating our heritage, but not getting stuck in the past, looking for ways to make things better, and building upon the foundation of our ancestors who worked hard.
Yeah, I add to that, they really gave us an appreciation for history and our family heritage, because somebody built this house, so someday their great-great-great-grandchildren could live in it, Maybe they didn't exactly think that, but they built it in a way that it would, and Mom and Dad have done a really good job of instilling that into all their children, because they've done a great job of preserving the farm, and so do my brothers now that they are taking care of it. And just the love of, I think, history in general, the love of preserving something that is beautiful, to keep it around for as long as possible. I appreciate that about my mom and dad, loving that.
We were raised in church and raised with godly principles of loving your neighbor as yourself and loving God, and I think that as well as just the work ethic we grew up with here on the farm has really translated well into the music business and has got us to places where we maybe didn't dream that we would be, and but also kept us firm and grounded. Growing up on the farm was something that I will always appreciate, because this is really the foundation and the cornerstone for who we are. And it doesn't matter wherever I go, this place and this life is always going to be the ultimate memory, I guess you could say. And it's something that I don't think very many people understand it in the world, and it's just like I wish that you could encapsulate it for them and just say this is really what it is, but the only way to do that is to live it. And so I feel very appreciative to not only my parents but my grandparents and generations before, that they worked hard and made this place what it is today. and it made, and really in a sense made us who we are today.
I want to add that we wrote a song with the band Perry, and the very first line of the song says, "I want to wake where I was born and breathe the old air in." And to me, that line just, like, I'll use your word, like, encapsulates, I think, in a way, like, partially our life, because, and what I was saying earlier with, like, coming home and just wanting to be that, like, be who you were when you were a kid, because it just says that there's so much life here. There's so much life that's been lived through this farm, and it will, in a way, always be the same. No matter what, you could go away, you could chase your dreams, but you come back and it's the same, and that's what keeps us grounded, and we really, really appreciate that.